Comment below if you've ever cringed at the sound of your own voice. If hearing yourself or watching yourself or interviews, voicemails, recorded calls feels unbearable or is really uncomfortable, this video is for you. At the end, you'll be surprised at what strategy works best. My name is Kendra Dahlstrom, and I'm a licensed professional executive coach and leadership development expert who has helped prominent companies and global giants. I'm also the host of the Unworthy Leader podcast, where we turn self-doubt and imposter thoughts into your superpower. You can subscribe here, or you can go to Spotify and follow. If you have ever found yourself uncomfortable when you're listening to your voice, whether it be on a voicemail or be on a video or be just even in a home video on your iPhone, comment below. You're not alone. I've been there as well. And ask yourself why. Is it that you feel like you're looked at as seeking attention and that's uncomfortable for you? Is it that you have a fear of being seen? Is it that you have a fear of being judged? Is it that you actually fear recognition? What is it that's making you so uncomfortable? One of my C-suite clients, a brilliant, high-powered executive, almost derailed their own career and leadership growth simply because they couldn't stand to hear themselves speak. Can you relate? What we were able to uncover had nothing to do with the voice that they heard. It had everything to do with the stories that this person was telling themselves. Today, I'm going to share with you why your discomfort isn't a weakness. It's actually your most overlooked leadership asset, and the surprising way we can turn this around so it can become a strength. So as I mentioned, the seasoned CEO was struggling with rehearsing television appearances and then watching themselves on camera. Every playback session triggered a deep discomfort and judgment, whether this leader said it or not. I could see it. And their leadership image had been built on flawless delivery, being one of the brightest. It was all based on IQ. And so imperfections felt unbearable to this person. There was shame of self-criticism, and there was a shutdown to these growth opportunities. I could see that this leader did not want to lean in. However, by creating a psychologically safe space where discomfort was normalized and not judged, where I was able to reframe the resistance as normal curiosity, what could make things more comfortable for this person. Instead of seeing the self-review as a verdict of their worth, this leader was now able to position it as an act of self-leadership. What I found is once you acknowledge the emotions that we're told to hide in business settings, it's easier to see the facts. This leader just needed more practice at it. This leader had never been encouraged and empowered to do it this way. See, we're often told facts only, stay with the facts, which definitely has its merit in the business context. However, when we're dealing with highly triggering moments, what differentiates the great leaders from the rest is the ability to pause and take the time to self-reflect and ask those deeper questions as to why is this triggering me and how is this an opportunity? How does my self-doubt now become data for me to take action so that I can become more comfortable? Oftentimes, once you start to remove the emotions and allow yourself to feel those emotions, you can ask those bigger questions, and then you can actually get the answers. Maybe I just need to practice more. Maybe I just need to get used to hearing my voice more. Maybe it's just that I'm not used to hearing my voice other than when I'm speaking, and it sounds so different when you hear it when you're not speaking. Who can relate to that? Comment below. This is all easy stuff. However, we so often try to make it hard. This leader's worth, leadership, and strength were now suddenly mutually exclusive from their presentation skills. And that is the mindset that we needed to get this person to. We needed to get them into observer mode. And so the transformation that occurred was that this CEO's shift from avoiding vulnerability and vulnerable moments to embracing it as a growth tool and strategy enabled them to now look at recorded feedback, sharpen their authenticity, and focus on presence over perfection. And this gave this leader more confidence on camera than ever before. If you want more details on how this may manifest and have specific questions about this, there's 3 resources for you. First, tune into the Unworthy Leader podcast. It drops weekly on Thursdays, and it's available on Spotify, Apple, and all other platforms. Second is my website, blog and resources section. It's at kendradahlstrom.com. You'll see it linked below. And third, if you go over to kendradahlstrom.com/contact, fill out that form and in the comments put waitlist, and I will put you on my community waitlist. We are going to be launching a community this summer where we can all gather and ask anonymously or not Q&A I will do some calls where we'll field questions and we'll all support each other as we work through transforming self-doubt and imposter thoughts into a superpower, because we understand that it is just part of the leadership journey. It's not something to be ashamed of or to be avoided. You can also follow and like me on my Instagram at kendra.dahlstrom. Thank you for being here. If you like this content, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and share it with others who you think it might benefit. Have a blessed day.